So this one is going through it. Which one? It's the Alyssa Craig. And then this one is the red Withersfield. They're standing very much upright. The stalks look nice and thick and healthy. And I started all of these on the 1st of March. The yellow, I believe, looks actually the best, and this looks the worst. But I'm going to plant them along with the strawberries in front, and maybe this will work as a deterrent for pests with the strawberries, having that onion smell all around it. We shall see. So I'm going to get all of these to the front and we'll jump right in. So I'm planting this up in the front of the house. I had this planted last year with some peppers and some brassicas, and it went really well. So this year I actually decided to create mounds because I have heard that strawberries like to be planted in a mound, and because the area can do it, I decided to give it a try. I've amended the area with cow manure and chicken manure, and also I've put some of my own compost. So it is a pretty fertile soil. I also decided to go ahead and use a power planter. It made things so much easier. I already lined up the strawberries, and I like to get the bare roots. I buy my bare roots from Stark Bros, and they are currently still running a sale, if I am correct, where they don't have a minimum in order to get free shipping, and their bare root strawberries are actually really affordable. The variety that I picked up here is Sequoia. So the Sequoia variety is a June bearing variety. Strawberries come in 2 different varieties. You have everbearing and you have June bearing. June bearing is when you get a large batch of strawberries around the month of June, whereas everbearing, you get strawberries from about June until I think September. You'd also find that the June bearing varieties are usually a variety that grows a larger berry. I also like the June bearing because you get the large batch. You're able to kind of make jams and preserves. So that is my goal in having all of these strawberries be June bearing. So now I'm just going to give you a detailed look as to how I am planting both my strawberries and my onions. So if you look at your bare root strawberry, you'll see at one end is mostly the roots, and then towards the top you kind of have this chunky divide that I'm holding on to right now. You want to make sure that that thick area that's not the roots, that part is sticking up. Planting it too deep and covering that part may likely prevent it from growing. When it comes to the onion, it's also similar in that you do not want to plant your onions too deep. I like to put my finger in like a scissor hold where the white part of the onion starts end, and I'm only trying to cover the roots and the bottom white portion of the onion seedling. This ensures that you're not stifling the area that bulbs up for your onion. So this is now about 2 months later, and we laid down some straws because I did see that there was some slug activity last year, so hopefully that will help with that. But now we're going to have to get rid of all these weeds that came from the compost that I laid down. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is fixing up our little plot of strawberries and onions. I did 3 varieties. I know there's the red Wethersfield. I don't remember the other 2, but I thought it was a good idea to interplant the strawberries with the onions. The only issue is when I was topping up this bed, I used compost from my own composting pile. And with that, I also put seeds in there. So now I have various seeds, tomatoes, peppers, all of that good stuff, just popping within the strawberry beds. And I feel like if I don't start weeding those out, it could kind of take over and drain nutrients from the strawberry roots. But behind that, I also want to put some kind of a hedge. I have this square in the back here that I kind of want to block. So I chose the gardenias. They grow about 3 to 5 feet tall, and I thought they would be perfect. It was between the gardenias or the azaleas. I already have the azaleas up front, and the gardenias also give off a nice fragrance. So I figured I'd want something like that while I'm picking the strawberries. So they just came. I actually ordered these from Home Depot. Apart from like some spent blooms here, I think the plants look pretty good. I am going to pick these off once I get them planted in the ground. But first, I think I want to focus on weeding out as much as I possibly could. But yeah, lesson for next compost, try to keep the seeds away from that pile. While I'm weeding, I like to just take a seat right here. It's really convenient, but they are a ton of tomato plants. I feel bad. I do want to take them out and pot them up and maybe give it to somebody, but I don't know the variety, and I don't have anybody that just wants random tomato plants in their garden. But I'm gonna try to donate these to somebody, because these are usually the strongest plants, the ones that volunteer from your compost pile. Yeah, this is a lot of tomato plants. I'm sure somebody wouldn't mind getting these.
Yeah.
So it worked out that the gardenias would just go right at the very top of the pathways. It was a little difficult to navigate because the spacing between the rows are pretty small. I did that just so that I could fit as much strawberry starts as I could possibly fit. I did fit about 45. I know, insane. And I'm just going to pick off all of these dead foliage, and I'm just gonna leave them at the bottom to decompose. It also allows the plant to spend more time getting the root system spread out in this new area versus trying to keep all of these flowers alive. Just want to push it down. You just want to angle it to where you want the front. The front is obviously the most appealing side. So you want to pick which part of the plant you want to be the front. I think this looks good. I think it needs to come up a little bit more. Then I'm just going to backfill it. And Bob's your uncle. Weeding is definitely not my favorite part of gardening, but I just love seeing the after. This bed looks so much better. The gardenias look so good. I cannot wait till it fills out in this space. See you guys in the next video. Bye.